Having children is wrong if you are not going to provide for them. Having children is wrong if you are going to abuse them, manipulate them. Having children is wrong if you are going to limitate them. Having children is wrong if you are going to make sure they grow being broken people, being negative people. Having children is wrong if you are not going to be able to do things out of love for your child and not out of obligation. Right? I'm going to read this quote that Frederick Douglass says one. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. I'm going to say it again. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men, broken women. But what do we have now in the society in most cases? We have broken men and broken women who haven't healed, that come together and they're going to bring a child. Right? If you are in a broken relationship, you're going to bring a child so the child can become a broken person as well. Think about it. If you're in a relationship with somebody, you are dating somebody, or you are thinking of having a child, or you're going to have a child with somebody, that's something that you must think twice. You must even think more than twice. Because when the kid is here, when the children is alive, is your moral obligation to make sure that kid is healthy, that kid is positive, that kid can grow and be a successful human being. That kid can grow with love, can grow with kindness. It's your obligation. Do you know why? Because the kid did not ask to come into this world. You choose to bring the kid into this world. You choose to bring the child here. So if the child is already here, what are you going to do? Are you going to be like, oh, no, I have to take care of you. Oh my God, why are you alive? Oh my God, my life is not the same since you are here. Oh my God, you're not letting me be happy. Think about it. I'm going to say it again. It's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. And because also people, right, adults, most of the time we are the product of our childhood. We are the product of what we went through when we were kids. And unless you don't take time to work on yourself or to unlearn or to heal maybe the traumatic, maybe the devastating event you went through when you were growing as a kid, as an adult, you're going to be broken. And parents, right? Parents give everything to their child. Their energy, their behaviors, their mindset, their attitude, their habits. Because when we are kids, a kid is like a sponge. We consume everything that is around us. We consume everything that is around us. So kids are sponges. And if you're going to have a kid, and you are making the kid grow in a broken place, full of violence, full of negativity, full of toxicity, that kid is going to grow thinking that the world is full of toxicity, the world is full of drama, and the world is not a safe place for him or for her. Why? Because you, as a parent, the environment you had a kid was a toxic and devastating environment. So why can't you save your kid from all of that suffering by you being cautious? Or by you, first of all, building yourself, preparing yourself, educating yourself. So whenever your child comes into this place, you can raise a loving, positive, amazing person. Because nowadays, right, and nowadays relationships, more relationships are social media goals. But they are not real life relationship goals. The person you're going to have a kid with is not something you decide when you are drunk or when you are high or when you are happy or when you are depressed. It's something you decide by you thinking of the consequences. Because children is your responsibility. The kid did not ask to be here. So if you know you cannot provide for the kid, you cannot give love, you cannot give respect, you cannot give attention to the kid, why do you bring a child into this world? So the child can come and suffer? So you are purposely giving birth to another person that you want to see suffer, you want to see miserable? How broken are you if that's what you wish? Right? If a child grows in a family who's broken, a family who's devastated, the kid is going to do the same thing. That's why we have the obligation. Is an obligation. Is a must. Before you thinking to be with somebody else, before you try to fall in love with somebody else, before you wishing to have a boyfriend or girlfriend, it is an obligation for you to get to love yourself, for you to respect yourself, for you to educate yourself, for you to be perfectly okay being alone. Because most people nowadays are in relationship not because they want to, but because they are bored or because they can afford to be by themselves. Why would you be in a relationship just because you can't be by yourself? Or because you're too scared of being alone, because you don't know how to be alone, or because you think that if you are alone, you are missing out. No, stop that. Before you're thinking of being in love with somebody else, make sure you are in love with yourself. Before you're thinking of supporting, believing in somebody else, make sure you believe and you love yourself first. A relationship, your boyfriend or your girlfriend comes to your life to complement you, not to complete you, because you are already complete. Stop going around trying to chase the girlfriend, the boyfriend, the husband, the wife. If you are broken, if you are depressed, if you are unhealthy, if you don't love yourself, if you are empty. Because if you build a relationship, you feel that you are not worthy, thinking that you are useless, thinking that you are powerless, thinking that you are not good enough, you're going to build a relationship depending on that other person to make you happy, to make you feel worthy, to make you feel powerful, to make you feel good enough, which is wrong. Because you should not depend on nobody to make you happy, to make you feel good enough, to make you feel confident. That's on you to do. And you must do that work while you are single. Not with a relationship. Oh, now since I'm dating this person, let me start working on myself. Let me start healing my traumas. Let me start believing in myself more. No. That's the work you do before being with somebody else. Because you understand that you are the most important being you have in your life. And because the way you treat yourself, the way you see yourself is going to reflect in all your relationships. And because if you are, let's say, if you are stupid, if you are weak, if you are dumb, what are you going to teach your child? Can you tell me? I'm going to say it again. If you are stupid, if you are dumb, if you are weak, if you don't love yourself, if you don't have self-confidence, what are you going to teach your kid? And if you bring a child into this world, you can't provide for yourself. You cannot feed yourself. Do you think you're going to be able to feed your kid? Can we all be more aware and question our own actions before committing them? Don't be like, oh, I'm going to be ready when the child is here. I'm going to be ready when my kid is here. No. Be ready now that you are single. Now that you're still alone without a child. Right? What are you going to offer to your kid? Think about it. And also you as an adult. How many issues, right, you have nowadays? How many things you struggle with just because you grow up with abusive parents or with parents that were negative, that were toxic, that were manipulative? How many of those things? Right? If you as an adult, you can take time to see how you will grow and how your parents raise you and analyze the positive and negative behaviors, the positive and negative attitude, the positive and negative habits. You have to analyze those things so you don't transfer the same negativity, the same drama, the same toxicity to your kids. Because somebody has to break the generational curses, the generational traumas. And that person must be you. Because if you don't break it, you're going to transfer whatever negativity, whatever toxicity, whatever pain you have that your parents give you, you're going to transfer that to your kid. But your kid does not need that. Your kid deserves a loving, a supporting parent. Not an abusive, manipulative, and toxic and broken parent. No. If I ask you, would you want your dad and your mom to abuse you, to mistreat you, to treat you as a piece of shit, to spread drama, negativity onto you? Would you want that? If the answer is no, then do not be that type of parent to your own kid. Would you want your parents to give you love? Would you want your parents to give you support? Would you want your parents to support you to pursue your goals, to pursue your dreams? Would you want your parents to be able to provide for you? Would you want your parents to be able to respect you? If the answer is yes, that's exactly what you should make sure you do to your kids. Correct? Because you know how it feels to be loved. You know how it feels that when somebody supports you. You know how it feels to have loving and supporting parents. You know how it feels. And also you know the consequences of not having loving and supporting parents. Since you are an adult already, you already lived long enough to see how society is, to see how parents are, and to see which type of parents you are going to be. Why don't you take time with yourself and question yourself? Am I ready to have a kid? Do I want to have a kid? Can I provide for my kid? Can I be there every day for my kid? Can I make sure my kid grow to be an amazing and fabulous man or woman? If you can just sit down with yourself and ask yourself those things, you're going to figure out a lot of answers. But no, most people are too focused on the noise. They are too focused on, oh, what the other person is doing, who the other person is fucking, how good somebody your relationship is going. That's none of your business. Can you focus on how great you can make relationship to go? You're focusing on thinking, oh, what this person has, how this person is raising their kids, what this person is doing. No. Focus on what you can have, on how you can raise your kids. Because it is extremely important. I emphasize on this topic because kids are essential. Kids are fundamental. Because the kids of today are the leaders of tomorrow. So if today kids are being raised with negativity, drama, toxicity, not loving parents, parents who don't support them, parents who abuse them, parents who manipulate them, parents who are violent, parents who are alcoholic, parents who are drug addicts, we are risking to have the same circle in 10 and 20 years. Because let's not forget that kids are a byproduct of their parents. Let's not forget that kids are a byproduct of their parents, which means if you as a parent, whatever energy you are feeding your kid into, that's exactly how your kid is going to grow. If you don't wanna deal with a broken adult, make sure you are raising a loving kid today. And if you know, because you know yourself more than anybody, and if you know you are not in the position or in the place to have a kid, make the choices accordingly to that. Not that, oh, when the kid is here, oh my God, oh, you are here now. I regret having you. Oh my God, you are the reason I don't go out anymore. You are the reason I'm not powering. Oh my God, you are the reason I'm not pursuing my goals. I'm not pursuing my dreams. You are the reason I'm not happy. If you're going to bring a child into this world so you can tell him or her all those negative things, keep them to yourself and don't have kids at all. The only way you can guarantee to raise a child in the most positive and loving way is by you being a positive and loving person. As simple as that. Because if you are negative, if you are toxic, that's exactly what you are going to teach your kids. That's exactly what you are going to give your kids. Because you cannot teach what you do not know. You cannot give what you do not have. Because let's say your child asks you for $10, but you don't have $10. You ain't going to give it to him or to her because you don't have it. Let's say your child asking you for love and support, but you don't have it. You won't be able to give it to your kid. Right? Present, future parents. Look at the world and ask yourself, am I preparing my child in a way that he or she can come in here and have heaven on earth? Come here and live, and not come here to survive, and not come here to regret to be alive. Because how many adults or how many teenagers are broken, are devastated, have low self-esteem, are into drug or into alcohol just because of the relationship with their parents. How many? Because the relationship we have with our parents is our first relationship. Because our mom, our dad are our first figures. So definitely the way they raise us or how our relationship is with them can affect us in a good or in a bad way. Right? You don't have to rush to have kids, by the way. You are not obligated to have kids, by the way. And if somebody is obligating you that, oh no, for example, for females, oh no, you need to have a child so you can feel that you are a complete woman. You need to have a child so you can be a complete woman, so you can be happy, so you can be a grown woman. You need a baby to make so you can feel fulfilled. The people who are telling you those stuff, are those people going to be the one raising your kid? Are those people going to be the one buying food to feed your kid? Are those people going to come and live with you during your 9 months of pregnancy? Do not let nobody else make the choice for you for when you should or should not have a kid. Not even me. I'm making this video. I'm sharing information, advice, stories. It's my opinion. But you are allowed to do what it is that you want for your life. It's yours. Right? They're going to tell you, oh, because I see that, oh, if you don't have a kid, you are not a successful woman. If you don't have a kid, you are not a happy woman. That's crap completely. Because this idea that society has been put a lot into women, into females, you're going to see how a lot of females are focusing on having kids instead of loving themselves. Are focusing on getting a husband instead of getting themselves together. If you are broken, if you are negative, if you are dumb, if you are weak, if you are stupid, what are you going to teach your kid? Before you planning to have a baby, take time and work on yourself. Well, I get it. It's all right to go within us and find our issues, find the things we do wrong, find our insecurities, find our traumas, find the things we need to work on to be a better person. It's hard, but it is necessary. Because if you don't work on yourself, if you don't heal yourself, you are going to give your kids whatever traumas, whatever insecurities, whatever low limitations you have. And because any kid that you can ask will prefer 10 times to have a loving parent, a supporting parent, a parent that loves himself or herself enough to share the love with their kids. If you don't love yourself, how are you going to teach your kid to love himself or herself? If you don't have self-confidence, how are you going to teach your kid to have self-confidence? How? Do you realize the amount of responsibility you have on you once you have a child? But it shouldn't be only when you have a child. Those are things that you should be thinking on a daily basis. Do I love myself? Am I a positive person? Which type of energy do I give? Which type of mindset do I have? What are my habits? What are my thoughts? Because if right now your own mindset is the reason you are unhappy, you are broken, you are devastated, you are depressed, or you are not living the life you want for yourself, then you should change your mindset. Or you should change yourself all at once. Oh yeah, do you know you are allowed to change yourself? You have to reinvent yourself. You have to change yourself as many times as you want to, as many times as you need, because you are under no obligation to keep being the person you were 10 years ago, 6 months ago, 2 hours ago, 2 minutes ago. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to grow. If you can have a relationship, instead of you rushing, oh no, I want to have the boyfriend, I want to have the wife, the husband. If you can just take time to build a relationship based on respect, based on love, based on loyalty, based on support, you are not going to regret it. But if you're like, oh no, because this person fucked me really good, I'm going to marry him, I'm going to marry her. Well, I'm sorry, but sex is not everything. And I know you know that. The person you are marrying is the person you're going to be living on a daily basis. It's the person you're going to be sharing your energy, your failures, your pain, your happiness, your tears, your goals, your visions, your dreams. The person you marry, the person you begin a relationship, that person become like a second you, because you're going to be sharing your life continuously with that person. That's why, as I said, there is no need for you to rush. Take time to know the person who you are dating. Take time to know the person you are about to marry or you are going to fuck. Yes. Because you're thinking that, oh no, I'm not going to fuck you today and that's it. I'm going to forget about you. That's lies. Because sex is extremely powerful. To the point that you can fuck somebody today and you're going to still remember that person 10 years from today, 20 years from today. Why? Because sex is exchange of energy. Whoever you are having sex with, you are having sex with that person's angels and that person's demons. Sex is exchange of energy. Because sex is the direct way somebody has of living, of being in your spiritual community, in your spiritual area. And because if somebody has access to you spiritually, that person can destroy you or that person can empower you. Whenever you're having sex with somebody, you are exchanging energy, which means the person's depression, the person's trauma, the person's happiness, the person's joy, the person's tears, the person's pain. It's exchange of energy. So if you are out here fucking whoever and fucking whatever, thinking that, oh no, you just say, I'm gonna forget about you. Well, if you don't control your horniness, if you don't control your pussy or your dick, your pussy or your dick is going to take you into places and situations and with people that you are going to regret later in tears in life. No need to rush. Get to know the person. What type of values, what type of personality the person have. Because looks are going to fade away. I'm sorry. If you're going to be with somebody because that girl had a back ass, or because that person has 6 packs, or because that person has the big legs, or because that person has the perfect body goals, sorry to disappoint you, but the body will fade away. But the personality is going to stay. Because it's easy to change somebody's physicality than to change somebody's personality. So, take time to know the person you are dating. The person you are exchanging energy with. The person you are having in your circle. Right? And also because looks, a perfect body cannot and will never raise a perfect child. But a perfect soul, a perfect mind, a perfect heart can. I'm going to say it again. A perfect body cannot and will not raise a perfect child. But a perfect soul, a perfect energy, a perfect mind can. If you can just think, and that's already when you're in a relationship. But way before you thinking of dating somebody else, why don't you spend time with yourself? Why don't you date yourself first? Why can't you? It's like society is making feel people like there is something wrong if you are single. There is something wrong if you are alone. No, there is nothing wrong if you are single. There is nothing wrong if you are alone. Because I prefer to spend 10 years, 5 years alone than to spend 10 years, 5 years with somebody who's bringing nothing positive to my life. Before dating somebody, date yourself. Take care of yourself. Educate yourself. Love yourself. Give yourself all the energy, all the positive things you want to receive in life. Give it to yourself. That way, whenever your boyfriend or your girlfriend comes to your life, that person comes to compliment you, not to complete you. But the thing is, a lot of people are out here lonely. So because they are lonely, they are looking for somebody who's going to make them feel less lonely. If you feel lonely by yourself, you're going to feel lonely with your boyfriend or with your girlfriend. Get to know yourself. You are already complete. You are complete. The person you're going to date is going to compliment you, not complete you, because you are already complete. Can you spend time with yourself? Can you get to know yourself? There is no rush. No, because I want to be in a relationship. Oh, I want to have kids. I want to get married. Oh, because there is no rush. There is no rush. And because you cannot be patient enough to focus on you, you're going to end up with people who are bringing nothing good to your life. And also, haven't you seen people who are in a relationship but they still feel lonely? Haven't you seen it? How many times? This idea that, oh no, love, like you see it in the movies, you see it in the books, in social media. So be like, oh no, I want my relationship to be like the one I saw on Instagram. I want my relationship to be like the one I saw on TikTok. I want my relationship to be like the one I saw on Facebook, on YouTube. No. Other people's relationship goals are not your relationship goals. But because people are thinking, oh no, because I saw this girl gifting this thing to her boyfriend, I'm going to do the same thing. No. Each relationship is unique and different. How successful or how awful somebody's relationship is shouldn't tell you nothing about how successful or how awful relationship can be. Because it's you and your partner. Not that relationship. But people are so lost because they are thinking of how amazing other people's relationships are, but they are not thinking of how they can make a relationship. Think about it. You are unique. Your boyfriend and girlfriend is unique. So why would you try to match somebody else's relationship goals? You create your own relationship goals based on the terms, based on the belief that you and your girlfriend or you or your boyfriend share. But the key here is for you to be the type of human being you want to have in your own life. Yes. Because think about it, right? And then we have people who are here saying that, oh no, the things are going to fulfill me. I'm going to be happy when I will have kids. I'm going to be happy when I will be pregnant. I'm going to be happy when I will be with somebody. That's false. That's false. Stop postponing your happiness or stop attaching your happiness to external things. If you cannot be happy now, today, being alone, you won't be happy when you're going to have kids. You won't be happy when you're going to be married or in a relationship. So can you start being happy now? Can you start working on yourself now? Can you start empowering, supporting, loving, educating yourself now? Because if you are weak, if you are dumb, people are going to use you, abuse you, and manipulate you. Before thinking of having kids, think of ways you can love yourself. Think of ways you can build your life. Think of ways you can be happy. Think of ways you can provide for yourself. Think of ways you can support yourself. You can respect yourself. Think of ways you can wake up every day and love the life that you have. Because if you wake up every day hating yourself, hating your body, hating your job, hating your life, you're going to bring a child and you're going to give that same negative energy to your child. Do you see how it is attached? But it all comes down to you. Which type of human being are you? And switch it up. Will you want to be your own parent? If the answer is no, then you have to change something. And analyze the ways your parents raised you, the ways you were raised, right? So you can be able to question which type of belief, which type of attitude, which type of mindset, which type of things your parents did to you that were not okay. That way, you do not do the same thing to your kids. But if you don't take time to question, to analyze the way you were raised, you are risking to the way you were raised, transmit the same thing to your kids. But if you can question, if you can analyze, if you can take time to question your belief, to question your mindset, to question your behaviors, to question yourself as a person, you're going to find a lot of things about you that you did not know. Right? Because if you're going to have a child, but you are not having the child because out of love, out of your choice, out of your possibilities, you are going to be put in a position in where now you are obligated, you are forced to do things just because of your kids. Before you put yourself in that box, in that limited position, Take time. There is no need for you to rush to be pregnant. No need for you to rush to be dating. No need for you to be rushed to get married or to have kids. There is no need. I don't know. Well, I think I already talked a lot. I know this video is going to resonate with some people and it might not resonate with others, but if you watch to the end, let me know in the comments what you think about this topic. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And what do you think? And what do you offer? Because again, do not listen to me. Do your own research and choose to live your life based on your own terms, based on your own beliefs, based on your own choices. That way, whatever consequences or whatever you receive from your own choices or from your own actions, you cannot blame nobody but you. But again, love yourself first. Support yourself first. Educate yourself first. Empower yourself first. Be kind to yourself first. Heal yourself first. Heal yourself so your kids don't have to heal from having you as a parent. I'm going to say it again. Heal yourself so your kids don't have to heal from having you as a parent. And I'm going to finish with a quote of Frederick Douglass. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men.